Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our season 3 premiere review of You on Netflix. What an exciting day. We wake up, we grab our coffees, we watch a demented hour of programming that is very enjoyable.
I love. I'm so excited that the show is back. We really love the show. This is our first season that we're going to be reviewing it here at the channel. So, just so you guys know how we're planning to do this, we're going to have an episode review up each day until it's finished. So, starting today, you get the premiere all the way to the end every day. So, hit that subscribe button and don't miss any of our reviews.
I love this premiere. I'm just gonna come out and say that, like, right now from the get-go. Every season, this show sort of tricks me into me thinking at the start, oh, they're just doing the same thing again. Here we go. And then it never actually happens like that.
No, they packed a lot into this premiere, a lot of surprises. They really threw us in. They held nothing back, which I was really happy about because in past seasons we have sort of seen that, Joe is getting obsessed with somebody, things are moving along, his obsession's getting worse, but this was like nipped in the bud.
Yeah, like this was right away, like full on. And I love that really, I think we have to just start with the Natalie of it all here. And one of the things that I have both enjoyed and been frustrated with this show about over the years is that Joe kind of sucks at being a stalker in the sense that he's always like really obvious with some of the things that he does. Like, oh, there he is with a hat. Like, Love knows him. Like, of course he's gonna get found out about this at some point sooner rather than later.
Yeah, he's not really that great at the stalking. Love called him out on that pretty early last season. Natalie, she also was able to sort of call that out right away. And she was quite forward with what she was looking for. I mean, she's giving him very inappropriate gifts, inviting him over, turning off the cameras, drinking, feeding him lots of alcohol, bringing him up to her reading room, which is just her bedroom. It was good to see that Joe decided to kind of stop it after the kiss and go home. But I mean, that's about where it ends for Joe. He really just isn't stopping anything in his mind.
His That's the thing with him. That's what makes him such an interesting character is that he seems like he's constantly at war with himself when it comes to like who do I want to be? Who am I really? And at the start of the premiere, he's very much still in this I'm still looking for my soulmate. I thought you were my soulmate, love, and I would do anything for you and I would support you no matter what. And then all of a sudden he finds out she's a killer like he is, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh no, no, no! I would not do anything for this person anymore."
Yeah, that's the thing about this show that I find the most interesting and why I'm really sort of invested in it is Joe's conflict inside himself where he really wants to be this good person and he really has this idea of what a good Joe is, and him trying to find this perfect woman who's a good person to sort of try to mirror back what he's trying to build inside himself so that he doesn't have to face what he really is. And that struggle is even more real now that the person that he is married to is Love, who is exactly like him. He can't get away from who he is, which is what Candace wanted all last season.
And the fascinating thing, of course, now about Love being so permanently just fixated in his life is that he tries some of this stuff, and Love, of course, is going to act out as a result of all of it. And this is why here I am at the start of this season thinking, oh, Natalie's going to be around the whole time. We're going to sort of see things go where Joe's getting closer, where she reels him in. And then Love is just like, nope, this ends today.
Yeah, I like that Love is there to keep Joe honest with stuff. I was worried, I'll say it, that this Natalie thing was going to go on all season and it was going to kind of be just this even more uncomfortable kind of story that we have seen with Joe over and over again, but it was nipped in the bud right away. Love figured out what was going on, and she found his little box of stalker stuff and
Yeah.
took out Natalie right away. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, like, I hate to say somebody getting murdered on TV eases some of my concerns, but this does ease my concerns about what this season could be. And it also raises another sort of interesting question here. And of course, this is the funness, that's not a word, but we're going with it anyway. The funness of doing a Netflix show is that we come on here, we make hot takes and bold predictions, and then the show makes us look like complete fools like 2 episodes later. Because my initial thought on all of this is like, okay, Natalie was in the process of showing Love, a potential spot here for her bakery, for her dream, and this is going to be a difficult sort of alibi for Love now to sort of get around, given that she just killed her.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw in the trailer that she is gonna end up opening up some sort of bake shop. So is this the same place where she's killed Natalie? I don't know. The thing that I'm the most interested to see going into the next episode is how Love and Joe are going to deal with this, because the more that Love continues to be just like Joe, because this feels like something that Joe would absolutely do if this was reversed.
Yeah.
He really has to continue to see himself for who he is. And my hope for Joe by the end of this season really is going to be that he can find a way to just face a little bit who he is and accept a little bit who he is. Because I really like the Love character a lot. I love Love, and I am concerned that she is not going to make it out of this season alive, because as we saw, Joe's become a father. It wasn't a girl like he hoped.
No.
For some reason, he's allowed this child to be named 40, even though it is the middle name. It is becoming the first name. And he has said that he was having a hard time building a connection with his son. By the end of it, that connection was there. 40 smiled at him. That's right, he's 40 here as well.
Oh no.
And the connection is there. So we know that at the beginning of this premiere, he was talking about wanting to get his child away from Love, and that Love is this monster and so forth. So is that really then what the theme is going to be?
It's certainly possible. And I'm not a big fan of the let's just throw a baby onto a TV show storyline, because it's usually just hitting the same notes we've seen a million times. But this was legitimately interesting and I mean, dare I say it, fun. The whole runner of this kid is now going to be named 40, which must we all remember 40 had a gun pointed at them at the end of the season 2 finale. That was great. I love the Joe is stalking Natalie in his car with just the baby's just in the back seat just by itself. I felt so bad for that kid in that moment.
I really don't know where this season is going, and that I am very excited about. The trailer did make me think that this would be a whole season of him stalking Natalie.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, now that she's gone, and then it seems like her husband is also very stalkery and strange. We didn't really get to talk to him much, but we got to see him, Scott Speedman, part of the show, which is fun for us. We really love Animal Kingdom. We cover that here as well. I know he's not on that show anymore, but he was great on it. But he's got cameras inside his house monitoring his wife. What darkness is going on with Natalie's husband? That is a creep show.
All right, you writers, we gotta have a talk here.
All right, here we go.
Why'd you have to name this guy Matthew? What couldn't you have come up with a different name? Because this guy's obviously gonna be a big part of the show moving forward. You're not gonna cast Scott Speedman to just wander around in the background for a certain amount of time. So yeah, I think it's pretty fair to be worried about this dude and whatever this dude is going to be bringing to the table.
Yeah, so something feels like it's very creep show with him.
Can we talk about this community that Joe and Love are in? Because at first I was just kind of like, okay, are we just going to go with a bunch of suburban stereotypes? But the more that we're sort of seeing of this town, the more I kind of just like weirdly enjoy it. Like one of my favorite lines of the entire premiere is at the party. Hey, ever sat in a virtual reality pod? It's like, who says that to anyone else? And then there was the, let me show you my grill setup.
Yeah, no, this did feel like it did hit some of the sort of stereotypical notes of this suburban influencer type lifestyle. We had the mommy blogger living in some amazing house where it's like, all right, really? I don't know. But it did hit some of those notes, which is fine. That is part of some of the lifestyle down here in Southern California. It's not everywhere. I mean, we live in a neighborhood. I haven't seen anybody acting like this, but you know, we're not mommy influencers living in some like $40 million home.
Wait, you're saying we haven't gotten to sit into a virtual reality pod yet?
No, we are not influencers in any which way. I think we got 2,700 people on our Instagram, which is Matt and Jess TV. If you want to help us become influencers, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, I really liked the setting here. I like how they do continue to sort of throw in and reference certain parts. Like I like their sort of the references to Peach, who, you know, has been dead a long time, but they're still being like, okay, all of this is still a part of Joe's world. It does still matter. It informs his decisions in the present.
And so it looks like we're going to be seeing them going into some sort of couples therapy, which we saw a little bit in the trailer as well. And that's always a really fun storyline. I always like seeing someone that I know is doing real bad things, like Lucifer, sitting in therapy trying to work through some of their stuff. And how honest are they really going to be? I mean, they can't really go in there and say what they do, can they?
I wonder. I mean, you have an interesting track record with therapists. I think we can say that at this point. The dream, the show in my head, and this is obviously not going to happen, but we had Stamos as Dr. Nikki. Can Bob Saget play the new therapist?
Okay, no.
And then in season 4, we get Dave Coulier, and then he's going to be in there as well.
0 out of 10. I do not want to see anything kitschy on the show.
The Full House You crossover we all needed. No,
thank you.
I am excited to see them in couple therapy. I'm excited to sort of see exactly what happens from there, but just also in general, how messy is this going to get? And how fast is it going to get messy? Because like season 2, a part of the appeal was, oh, Candace is still out there, so we have this like major force from Joe's past. Like, how could the past come back to haunt them now, or is it just so exclusively in the present?
Yeah, because we did get a flashback to Joe being in the boys' home where he was getting bullied because he just couldn't let go of the idea that his mom was still going to be coming back for him. So it looks like we're going to continue to still get stuff from when Joe was a kid, and it feels very much like, I hope, the theme of this season could be really about Joe digging deep into who he really is and if he can accept who he is or not, or if he can actually change who he is. I mean, I'm a big believer just in life, and I understand this is a TV show, so don't come for me in the comments, that people can change and that no one is lost. There is always room for change if you're ready for it and you're willing to put the work into it. Joe is nowhere near that,
No.
But that doesn't mean that with the therapy, we're getting some flashbacks, with Love being there as someone who he has to face exactly who he is. Maybe he's not going to be able to run away from that this season, and he's going to have to start digging a bit deeper.
I love this premiere. I hope they do.
It was great.
Go through a lot of the stuff you're explaining. I want those flashbacks to really, really matter. That was kind of my least favorite part of season 2. So let's hear from you guys about the season 3 premiere. How did you guys feel about it? Let us know.
Please don't unsubscribe.
No, you're with us now. You have been here for 14 and a half minutes, so there's that subscribe button. You have to hit it now. We're decreeing it. No, but thank you guys so much, and we'll see you here next time.